The Dunlop Mini Sevens Championship is currently celebrating 50 years since it was first here at Brands Hatch. Someone who is also celebrating is Ashley Davis, who has currently won 4 out of 4 races. But today brings 32 cars to the grid, so anything could happen.
Absolutely packed grid for the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge, and it is Max Hunter who starts from pole position. Alongside him will be Ashley Davis, then row 2, Lewis Selby and Charlie Budd. The third row of the grid would have been Dan Budd and Kieran McDonald, but unfortunately Budd's challenge has been nipped. He is pushed off the grid, so no Dan Budd. Otherwise, I think they are just about all ready and correct. And this should be very entertaining. Got somebody else smoking a little bit further down through the field. Waiting for the lights to change. We will have 20 minutes of racing ahead of us, and away we go. It's a very good start from Ashley Davis from second on the grid. Also rocketing away is Lewis Selby, who's trying to squeeze to the inside of Charlie Budd, and Budd grudgingly gives him the space as they head in towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. At least the front of the field are cleanly through. Back of them are as well as they climb up towards Druids, and the Mini 7 Challenge has really been the championship for mini racing for many, many years, as Max Hunter trying to consolidate that second place. Elbows aside Lewis Selby as they head in towards Graham Hill Bend. Behind, it's 4 or 5 wide. Of course, we've got the Mini 7 S-Class this year for the slightly detuned cars. Those crews to pick out because their numbers start with 7. And don't stop moving. You want to be in the S-Class 7 class, you could say, as they come out of Clark. Oh, and Max Hunter right on the limit as Paul Thompson hits trouble early on, and that was well saved from Hunter. The car just snapping away from him. Of course, these cars running on very skinny, shredded tyres. Very affordable way of going motor racing, the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge. Very, very popular class of racing with drivers and spectators alike. Oh, behind a problem, somebody into the gravel trap, and that is Dom Berger. And his race comes to a fairly abrupt halt. Fortunately, the gravel trap doing its job, so it doesn't make it as far as the tyre walls. Everybody else hooks themselves around the curbs at Graham Hill Bend. Has this little bit of a sprint along the Cooper Straight. Marshall opens the door, checks that Dom Berger is okay. Berger extricates himself from the cockpit, and all the while at the front of the field, Ashley Davis making a bid for freedom in the early stages, because these cars, without the aid of aerodynamic devices, slipstream extraordinarily well. Now build a buffer and wants to try and preserve it. Meanwhile, Charlie Budd and Kieran McDonald doing battle. It's the white car of McDonald behind Charlie Budd, the grey number 10 entry. Here's the leading trio. Davis from Hunter, and then Lewis Selby. Budd in 4th from McDonald. And then also Tom Sanderson making good progress in the early stages. That's number 19, Sanderson. So we've got 2 trios forming the top 6, and really the rest of the field running in a fairly close chase. One of the beauties of this championship is that wherever you are in the field, there is always somebody for you to race with. Mini 7 racing just endures. It's also great into intensive action. Meanwhile, further down the field, some good scraps. Steve Trench and Josh Collins doing battle as midfield accelerates out of Clark Curve. Trench in the right green car, trying to look to line up behind Steve Baker, who's the head of that train. And we've got Collins slap bang in the middle. Still yellow flags over at Paddock Hill Bend, as you can see, for the recovery of Berger's car. So it takes away one of the key overtaking points on the circuit. And as the starting line moves uphill into Druids and looking to sneak around the outside, there was Tina Cooper squeezing one of her rivals, who's trying to slip to the inside line. I think they were successful, as Josh Collins, the foremost of the S-Class runners, mixing it in the midfield of the race overall. The leading group of cars heading through Clark Curve. Then we've got this fight for fourth as McDonald looks to get into the tow behind Bud. Now, will the yellow flags have been retracted this time around? The way that Kieran McDonald is lining up the move, one rather suggests that they might be, as McDonald draws alongside Charlie Budd. He looks to the outside through Paddock Hill Bend, and yeah, the yellow flag's still there. Doing it's good news for Bud. It's even better news though for Tom Sanderson, who is able to launch himself to the outside line of McDonald into Druids, and he might go through here, Tom Sanderson, as he draws alongside McDonald into Graham Hill Bend. They're also being caught as well by Graham Davis. There's Davis in car number 5. So great scrap going on at the moment, but it is for fourth place. The leading trio have been able to build that buffer, and here is the fight for the lead. Just saw it very briefly, Ashley Davis and Max Hunter. Sanderson and McDonald almost overlapping as they run on to the Bradham Straight. McDonald gets his nose in front and looking to follow through as well with the tow is Graham Davis. Now Tom Sanderson seems to just maybe be a little bit down on power. Fortunately, yellow flags still over at Paddock Hill Bend. Snatch vehicle appears to be in the process of retreating, so hopefully it'll be green next time round, just as the leading trio starting to really join in battle. Round Graham Hill Bend they go. The fight for fourth remains ferocious as Sanderson challenges McDonald. McDonald looks to the inside of Tom Sanderson, and McDonald is going to try and sneak past here. Sanderson though holds his nerve through Surtees, and Tom Sanderson ahead of Kieran McDonald. Around Clearways on to the Brabham Straight we go once more. Kieran McDonald, Tom Sanderson having a fantastic battle as McDonald looks to the outside. Sanderson tries to squeeze him, but Tom Sanderson has none of it, kicks the car sideways, uses all of the grip available to him. Meanwhile, Ashley Davis, Max Hunter and Lewis Selby still very close in battle. So Nathan Burge having a good tussle with Ross Billison. The leading trio as close as they have been throughout the race, but crucially Max Hunter hasn't been able to find his way past Ashley Davis, because for all that these cars slipstream, once you're at the very front of the field, you know that you can't, in the way that you might be able to at some other circuits, concede the lead, knowing you can get back later on, because overtaking opportunities can be few and far between here at Brands Hatch. Davis will try and consolidate his lead as Steve Hopper fights in the midfield. Hunter looks to challenge Ashley Davis this time round, and Max Hunter might go through side by side with Davis through Paddock Hill Bend, and Hunter's got the inside line as they climb up towards Druids. This is the opportunity surely for Max Hunter. It's been a long time coming. Ashley Davis has to concede. Lewis Selby just in behind, also looking to try and pick his way past, but now Max Hunter has got the advantage at the front of the field. Will he be able to streak away, or has Davis got a response? And the answer immediately is that Davis clearly fancies his chances. Forces Hunter to take some route into Surtees, but he's not a mini's width to the inside at Clearways. Hunter keeps it very tight, but Davis closes up. Nothing between the pair of them, and Ashley Davis is going to get the full benefit of the tow here behind Max Hunter as they head along the Brabham Straight once more. Davis looks to the outside line as Hunter covers the inside line. Is Ashley Davis carrying enough momentum to pull off the overlap? No, he's not, but he might get the switch back here. Hunter signposts the move, moves across late on. Forces Davis look to challenge the outside. Nothing doing there for Ashley Davis as they then come down Outer Druids towards Graham Hill Bend, just at about half race distance. So they've still got plenty of time to sort themselves out, and this is exactly what the crowd at the Brands Hatch Mini Festival would have been looking forward to. This leading trio, for all their dicing, are well clear of the rest of the field. brilliant fighting going on a little bit lower down the order. There's Steve Hopper, attempts to elevate himself up past Josh Collins. We've got somebody in trouble, off further down the field, possibly Lee Bristol. It's a shame to see the cars retiring mid-races. Davis again looks to apply the pressure to Max Hunter. Hunter just has to defend through Paddock Hill Bend. It gives Ashley Davis the opportunity to try and launch the move up towards Druids. Hunter breaks late, has to keep the car tight. Both of these drivers several corners ahead really of what their car is doing, know exactly the limit to which they can push. Meanwhile in fourth, Tom Sanderson has got himself up ahead of Charlie Budd. And Kieran McDonald now busy having to do that defensive routine. Sanderson able to speed out of Graham Hill Bend. It's the short, sharp shoot along the Cooper Straight into Surtees. The cars very evenly matched as Budd looks to challenge Sanderson into clearways. Angle, I think, made that look a little bit tighter than it was, but nonetheless, Tom Sanderson gives Charlie Budd just the millimetres he needs, absolutely no more than that, as they head along the Brabham Straight. Another lap about to be reeled off. Anybody close enough to challenge into Paddock this time around? Yes, says Kieran McDonald. He draws alongside Charlie Budd, tries to get his nose in front, but Budd has got the inside line. He's got the ability to brake very late. This fourth place, absolutely brilliant. As the battle for the lead just momentarily settling itself down. Towards Graham Hill Bend. And here is Max Hunter, the race leader. He's got a little bit of traffic to contend with. That's Simon Martin just ahead of him, with Davis tucked behind him now. Traffic is always a factor here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, just because the lap is so short and the race is 20 minutes or so, relatively long. You do get the opportunity to come across some of the slower cars, so that is an extra consideration for Max Hunter. It opens the door really to Ashley Davis, but Davis winds up the move a little bit sooner than that as he challenges the outside at Paddock. He'll then cut it tight, carry as much momentum through the corner as possible. He draws alongside Max Hunter nice and early, and there's no opportunity there for Hunter to close off the door, and so Ashley Davis regains the lead of the race. We saw a couple of laps ago that he was signposting towards that, and he now is able to execute it to perfection. He regains the advantage. And now Hunter has to think, well, what's plan B? What's my opportunity to look to fight back? More traffic to consider. As Hunter is as close as he dares to Davis as they battle. They are just eking away from Lewis Selby. Selby's been ever present in third, but he doesn't seem to quite have enough underneath him today to really take the fight to Davis and Hunter unless they start to trip themselves up. And as they swoop through to complete another lap, certainly doesn't appear to be the case. They've got David Robinson as their next target in terms of the lappery. And there is Robinson, he gets well out of the way through Paddock Hill Bend. He wants absolutely no part of that, and with fairly good reason. Lewis Selby, he's still got time here, Lewis Selby. Particularly as Davis and Hunter just turning up the heat again with the intensity of the battle, and that's the beauty of these races, is the tactical dimension. As the race wears on, it moves ever more serious, as does the defence. Still the fighting continues further down the order. Still has been really throughout the course of the race. Also, well, up in the mix here, Tina Cooper, Steve Baker and Steve Trench. Those are the three cars currently in shot as they run along the Cooper Straight. They're just opening up a little bit of daylight from the gaggle behind them. With them safely navigate Surtees in towards Clearways and then on to the Brabham Straight. Another lap about to be reeled off as Tina Cooper looks to close up onto the turns with Julian Proctor. There's Proctor, the bright orange car with the black roof. As Baker slides to the inside of Cooper, Trench looks to do the same as well as they climb out of Paddock Hill Bend in towards Druids. There's Hopper just behind. Oh, and a little bit of a problem there as well. Maybe for Steve Trench, just seems to be a bit of smoke underneath Trench's car. Oh, he slips sideways and more trouble behind, and around goes Leon Window. I just wonder if there's a little bit of fluid possibly over at Graham Hill Bend. We've got another car that's rejoining and another one spinning off in the background, and it's Trench. Well, we saw that he was in trouble coming out of Druids, and he has possibly dropped a little bit of fluid. Now this is going to be a voyage into the unknown for the race leader Ashley Davis, who is about to arrive at Graham Hill Bend now. He's got Max Hunter right behind him. They may or may not see slippery surface flags as Davis turns in, goes sideways, so does Hunter, and Hunter has to get out of it to avoid the stricken car. More problems behind. Around goes James Cuthbertson, and clearly a real issue here. We've got two cars now stranded over at Graham Hill Bend, but crucially, as they approach the left-hander at any sort of speed, they're all flipping sideways, and you just wonder, yeah, indeed, the race is red flagged and brought to a halt. It's a real shame and a premature end to the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge. They're well over half race distance, so that will be a result. And it means that Ashley Davis will claim the victory from Max Hunter and Lewis Selby on countback. Nonetheless, plenty of entertainment from the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge as the drivers head back towards the pit lane, acknowledging the red flag. And that was one of the other cars that got into trouble, Kevin Shea, who rejoins. Paul Thompson, of course, we lost very, very early on in proceedings, so a little bit of clear-up work for the marshals to do. Red flag coming as it does. It's the end of the race. So once the drivers return to the pit lane, they will know that the checkered flag is out, and therefore onto the podium in third place for Lewis Selby. Runner-up, Max Hunter. And race winner, Ashley Davis, who celebrates victory in the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge, the Brands Hatch Mini Festival. S-Class winner, Josh Collins.
Congratulations. I know it was a bit of a battle between the two of you, but you managed to pull it off in the end.
Yeah, it was really close racing. It couldn't have gone any better, really. It was dead clean. I massively enjoyed the race, same as yesterday. It was very competitive.
Now, Max, we just spoke to Ashley. It certainly was a battle all the way to the finish for you guys, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. He fought me all the way, and I fought him all the way, and he got the win. Just.
Just indeed. Well, he dropped down from P1 to P2, but it's still not a bad way to finish up your weekend.
No, I'm happy with 2 seconds. It's points in the bag, so we'll keep on going, and next time out we'll try and win.
Lewis, well, congratulations, third place finish, but you were certainly taking battle from the other side as well, weren't you?
I was, yeah. It started off with everyone quite close, but we soon lost everyone behind us. Had to nurse the car, unfortunately. Had a few temperature issues, but I was hoping to have a go at the last lap, but the last lap never happened. But it's still a good race. Yeah, good result.
Great way to finish up the weekend, bringing home the first in class.
Definitely. I had a non-finish yesterday due to a brake failure, so yeah, it's really brightened up my day, and leading my championship because I'm leading the points at the moment, so it's really good. So.